Well, this protest is happening because we're trying to drum home the need for government to declare a state of emergency on our water bodies as a result of the impact of illegal mining. We've heard from institutions like the Pharmaceutical Association of Ghana serving notice that Ghana in future may be compelled to import water to manufacture drugs here in the country. The Ghana Water Company also served notice that we might be forced to import water for domestic use in future because they're spending 3 times as much to purify water. You are a former executive director of Amnesty International. I see that you're in the heart of this issue because you have also served warning that you need these protesters released. But what would we say to individuals who feel that the lawlessness displayed by protesters is not the way to go?
I think, yes, we don't conno and connive and ask people to be lawless. But I'm also looking at the urgency of the matter and what is getting the attention of the government to do something. The idea that, of course, if people, we've seen protests in other countries, all sorts of things have happened. And if the government is really in a position where they are saying, we don't want these things to happen, we want to see a change, we need to see a major move from the government. And that is why it's important that people are asking for a state of emergency, especially on our water bodies, because it is an urgent matter. And if government is not making any move, all we are hearing is, we are talking, we are having conversations. No, that's not what we are talking about. We are talking about a major move that will show that there is a change, because this is not a matter of today. The president wished his position away long time ago to end Galamsey, and we haven't seen any change. He hasn't stopped his position as president. He's still in the position, and Galamsey is still ongoing, and it's even causing more harm. So if there have been promises, there have been times when people have said things to give us hope that something will change. There have been some sort of shady moves to get things solved, but we haven't seen any significant change. Then it will cause people who are concerned about the future of our youth, our children. What water are they going to drink? What water bodies are they going to have in the environment? Some of us, and I know most of the government officials, the ministers and all of that, they visit other countries where we have water bodies in the middle of town and it's clean. People sit by these water bodies to read, animals are able to get some water to drink. It's part of nature. But we don't see our society having that because we are having this mining on our water bodies causing harm. So people will protest. People may take adverse means to get the understanding and the hearing of the government. And it is not that, like I said, some of us as human rights advocates are asking for that to happen of lawlessness. But we expect that if we don't hear anything, people will take the law into their hands. And I don't think that is what the government wants. So we are asking that within the period that they have been asked to act, they should take a major action that shows us that they are really committed to this thing that we are talking about. Otherwise, of course, people will do all sorts of things. We have seen protests where people have burnt themselves up in the Arab Spring. So it's about making sure that if you love your people and you want to make sure that these things do not happen, it doesn't get to the extent of people breaking the law, then you as a government or as a person in charge of this thing, take an action that will inform us that we are really committed to this cause.